Take me out to the ball game.
There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. Scott Brown.
Tom Hanks once proclaimed, "There's no crying in baseball." Clearly, Tom never coached Little League. If you've ever coached kids' sports of any kind, especially baseball, you know it is easier to hurt moths in a room full of lights than it is to corral a bunch of kids hopped up on sunflower seeds, bubble gum, and Gatorade. Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries, guests, and bleacher bums everywhere. Usually, a middle-aged white guy who spends his weekend sitting on a bucket at a baseball field watching a bunch of kids run around playing is called something other than coach. But I was called by a higher power, my best friend's wife. We are at an end-of-season softball party, celebrating another year that nobody got hurt. We have different goals now. And as I'm standing, talking to her husband and a couple friends, Gina walks by, stops, looks, and says, "Thank you so much for agreeing to coach the boys this year. They are just tickle pink." What? Now remember, first practice is on Tuesday at 5:30. We'll see you there. I had just been voluntold. You know, the act of volunteering someone to do something that you know needs done, but you don't want to do yourself. It's how a lot of us become club officers, area directors. 3 days later, I found myself at Osprey Field, changing into my new persona of coach, wondering, how did I get myself into this mess? As I looked out over the field, it looked like I was coaching the 7 dwarfs, plus their 3 cousins, Itchy, Scratchy, and Clumsy. Just then,
Bless you.
an all-star tapped me on the shirt, and he said, "Coach, I'm here." See, I knew he was an all-star because across his shirt it said All-Star, and I believe everything I read. I looked down, and little Danny is staring at me straight into my belly button. And I said, "First time playing ball, buddy?" So excited. I already knew the answer because Danny was proudly sporting a new Rawlings on his left hand and a new Mizuno on his right hand. Mom thought, is 1 it's good, 2 much better. So I took Danny in the outfield, kind of wanting to see what was going to happen. And I said, "All right, buddy, tell you what, I am going to toss you a ball. When you get it, catch it." I figured 2 gloves, twice the chance, right? I took a couple steps and lightly tossed him the ball. Danny puts his gloves up, closes his eyes. I kind of wanted to see how this was going to play out. So I said, "Danny, why don't you throw the ball back to me?" Looks at his gloves. Got it. Comes up, shakes off both gloves, picks up the ball with 2 hands over his head, throws it to nobody in particular. This is going to be a long season. A couple weeks later, we have our opening weekend of games. And in the 3rd inning, I look out into left field, and my left fielder is missing. Apparently, Marco got bored. So he laid down in the grass and started making snow angels in the grass. I said, "Marco, Marco! He sat up like a puppy who just got caught chewing a shoe. Who, me? Marco, you gotta stand up. There's a game going on. You're gonna get hurt. As he slowly started to stand up, I gasped, Marco! Marco, sit back down and wear your pants. The rest of the season didn't get much better. By the time we hit the last game of the season, our 0-12 record really didn't do our performance just. So when Marco's dad approached me and said, "Can Marco catch today? He thinks the catcher's equipment makes him feel like a superhero." I figured, why not? What do I have to lose? And plus, I know Marco's going to be wearing pants. Sure. Somehow, at the bottom of the last inning, there's 2 outs. And miracle of all miracles, we have a 1-run lead. There's runners on second and third. And Marco, well, he proved that he wasn't really so much of a catcher as he was a chaser. Our pitcher winds up and throws a perfect strike. The batter swings and misses. So does Marco. But today, our superhero had luck on our side, because as the ball went past him, it hit the backstop, bounced straight up in the air, and landed gently in Marco's glove. The first thing he caught all year. I look at the runner coming down the third base line, and I remember his expression, "Oh, no." Marco took 2 steps towards him. I yell, "Tag him!" For the first time, Marco listens to what I says, and he reaches out and inexplicably drops his glove and the ball, tags him and says, "You're it!" Apparently, Marco's superpower is the ability to grasp defeat out of the clutches of victory. Not a superpower any of us really want. As I sat in the grass at the end of the game, the parents were crying so hard they were laughing. There is crying in baseball. As I struggled to find words, from the distance I hear the bells of a good humor truck rolling through the parking lot. And my team jump up, run to the truck like moths to a light. And Gina, off in the distance, saying, "Thank you so much for agreeing to coach again next year." Mr. Contest Master.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the